Kadita still has a 100% win rate in MPL ID, but the only teams who've utilized this Kadita has been Aura Fire, obviously, Kadita, Godiva, and Dreams.
Beloyski's used it.
Beloy has used it and he won on it. So they need to start looking for others. They can't really just stick to their comfort zone. They need to step out because right now, if you just go for comfort, BTR have your number. They've been banning the same heroes constantly. Again, the Fanny towards Hades, towards Jana QT, Franco even. They need to find something else here. Natalia, another signature of Beloy that will not be played, that will not see the light of day as long as Beloyski plays on GeekFam.
Right now, GeekFam has the first pick though. So hopefully, right, if Bigatron does not ban the Beatrix, GeekFam will pick it up and put it to good use. Franco here will be banned out by GeekFam, respecting again the potential for Key to just shut down the whole game with his engages, with his pickoffs. But here we have a comment from Bigatron Alpha, from Repo.
Instead of respecting Luke's Paquito, you better respect my Paquito.
That's season 7 Repo. That's season 7 Repo that I've missed, man. The taunt. But this season, we haven't really seen a whole lot of taunts. Not at all so far. Maybe after this game, right? Maybe because they haven't really won a lot of matches. Maybe that's why he's not taunting. But BTR, now with the final ban in this last ban for BTR, what do you want to go for at this point, right? Like, Beatrix could be a solid ban here, but I think Valentina... Valentina, just leave it open. Honestly, you have the second pick. Leave this heroes open. Nope, they go for the Valentina ban. GeekFam, this is it. They go for the Beatrix. There you go. The Prio hero secured by GeekFam. BTR gonna go for the Kai Paquito, most probably now.
Honestly, Bigatron, we have to see what exactly will be their solution, because for against a Beatrix, as you mentioned, they can be burst, they can be zoning with a, let's say, a high ground hero like Leaf, or you can just dive towards him and deny him with crowd control with dive potential. So that seems to be what Bigatron Alpha wants to go for. They take the Paquito, they take the Julian, and as a response, a Kai that can zone, that can push them away, and the Esmeralda that can do a lot of damage if you're diving towards her.
Okay, now GeekFam has a really good draft.
Very good. Like,
I don't know, what was Bigatron doing?
Paquito, Julian, we saw this yesterday. We did. Against Onyx, they went for the same pick. Paquito, Julian, leaving the Kai open for Kyrie, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah.
BTR now. Final pick.
I mean, Paquito and Julian isn't that bad. You know, we saw that Repo as well as Pala, they've been able to get a lot of value. What can they add to Julian and Paquito, though, that will ensure that they can get their hands onto the members that matter, onto that Beatrix?
They might secure a gold laner here. I don't know, I have a feeling. Bigatron, they like to go with their comfort picks.
Ooh.
And it is going to be the quad pick for the side of Bigatron this time around. So essentially, they kind of have swapped in that particular sense. And now entering the second phase, Bigatron, if they want to repeat the same thing, they might be banning out the mid lane. Once again, the Eve, the Lilia could be the way to go here.
Time to go to the
and the Lilia it is.
Team is banning.
Lilia here to deny the slows, the very annoying utility that she provides, and also the security that Elzura can use to just avoid getting picked off by the aggressive plays coming in from a Julian Paquito combo. Balman, though, will be banned from the side of GeekFam. So for Bigatron, I wonder if they want to ban a bit more disengage, because it depends. What do they want to go? What do they want to go with for Key? If he wants to go for something like a Kadita, then he can actually. They don't really need another, like, you know, they don't need this to ban disengage from GeekFam, because they need to ban sustain heroes and protection instead.
I think BTR are going to go for the ban towards probably a Eve here. The Eve Beatrix combination has been very, very scary. And BTR can just go for the Sicilian, actually. Sicilian first pick, the mage. So they're limiting a lot of heroes towards Elzura, the heroes that we have seen on the hands of Elzura, and they're picking up the Sicilian to deny it. There you go. Eve, Lilia, banned out. GeekFam going for the jungler, the Balman. Maybe we might see, I don't think we're going to see another Ling here, right? GeekFam might go towards a ban. No, they should just go for... Wait, GeekFam haven't picked up a roamer yet. I think what they're doing right now, it's very risky, but are they trying to bait BTR to pick up an Atlas and then going for a Diggy? Remember, BTR have first and last pick in the second phase. It's very dangerous if they leave this open, because BTR can just play the long game. Pick the Atlas as the last pick, and if GeekFam don't pick up Diggy, it's going to be very difficult So let's see. What are they gonna go for? There you go.
The Atlas instead. So I don't know. Even if they did go for the Diggy, what will Bigatron? How can Bigatron Alpha adjust if they don't pick up the Atlas? So I think overall, this makes sense.
Sicilian
They need.
or Lunox.
For who?
I think Lunox makes more sense, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I don't
There's-
like the Sicilian.
There's tanky
They
members.
don't have that much range. That's the problem. If they go for the Lunox, they're full dive, and they don't have that much range. But
is picking.
whoa.
Hang on.
Masha.
Roaming Masha?
Roaming Masha, Paquito XP, Jungle Julian, or mid lane Julian, Jungle Paquito. We have seen Max play the Paquito in the jungle more than the Julian, so that's what I'm leaning towards right now.
Makes sense. Alright, so for, I don't know, I think the Lunox makes sense. It can dive together, and it can do a lot of damage to the tankier members. But Geek Fam, they pick up the Selena and a Cho, so a lot more aggression. And I'm wondering if it's
Now
gonna
it's
go back to
Lunox.
Elzura.
Now it has to be Lunox. If you play the Sicilian up against this composition, you're not really going to have a
Scary.
good time. Very smart decision by BTR not to pick that Sicilian or Lunox first. But this is actually better. Because now, okay, Geek Fam, they
He
picked the
has the
Selena
option
mid.
of Xavier though.
No, Xavier is going to be even worse than Sicilian. Much more vulnerable from the back lines. Geek Fam can just capitalize on that with the Selena. But again, Selena Ruby, why it didn't work is because they don't have wave clear. With the Cho provides the wave clear.
Yes.
So Selena can rotate faster. The double roam can work with this kind of combination. BTR,
What?
What?
secure an Angela.
Okay.
Fala on the Angela. This is something that we have seen from Fala in the MDL when he won in the grand finals with Evo's Icon. Angela, Sicilian were his two main hero picks. But there you go, another signature coming in from Fala. This is gonna be very, because they're up against an Esmeralda.
I'm worried about the fact that, well, there's an Esmeralda to begin with, but there's also the fact that right now, their only real counter towards the Beatrix is physical damage dive. There's not even any magical damage threats weaved into that. That's a bit one-dimensional. That means Geek Fam won't be struggling too hard to find an answer to that combo.
Well, we'll see here with the lack of range in BTR's composition. They're gonna have to go for the full team fight, just diving into that back line. If they don't find the Beatrix, it's gonna be a massive problem. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, game number 2, BTR have a chance to get the clean sweep. And for Geek Fam, they have a chance to equalize and force a third game in the series. Welcome to game number 2 here for Geek Fam BTR.
I want to see how this pans out, especially with the Cho now placed in that mid lane. Are they going to be able to repair what initially was their problem in game number 1 and, try and help Jana Q to contest for those objectives? Because it feels like that was the main problem. Elzura is actually going to be, once again, the one playing on the Selena. So this is a Selena mid here, but they will be able to get Fala in that early game.
There
First
you go.
blood already taken away by Elzura, and that is the problem with the Angela. You don't have clear. And Geek Fam, they utilize this. The mistake that they made in game number 1 is now being made by BTR with no mid control. The jungle is wide open for Jana QT to make the plays on as he tries to open up the map, but again, Max, even though he... Oh, okay. I thought he was going to be... I thought Beloyski might be able to steal that one. But both teams, again, disengaging for now. Beloy, caught, doesn't have the flicker. He's going to be immobilized. Keep dealing out the damage. And this might be the trade back. Keep finding the kill. 1-1. Elzura, Elzura got the kill. Key got the kill. Roamer for Mage.
Well, that is the follow-up that we'll be talking about. Abyssal Arrow can now be followed up by Beloyski on the Cho, can be followed up by a runner shot from Kadero as well in the later stages of the game. So a lot more solid potential for Geek Fam, and they are trying to abuse it.
Purify though. Notice BTR, Marky, he went for the Purify, and that's exactly why. That kill pressure in the early game. Now that the Cho can help and clear the waves constantly, Elzura will actually have so much time to rotate around the map, and this is exactly what they were looking for in game number 1.
Yeah, and it's working out well. Look at the Abyssal Arrow just go and try and inhibit Marky so far. It did not land the second time though, but look at the snipes already coming in from Kadira. We can already see, there you go!
Abyssal Arrow again, but that's going to be hard guard. Marky not going to be able to get out of the Biru's range. Chadera finds the hit. Geek Fam also on the top side looking for the retribution onto the turtle, and they find it. The mid control playing a massive factor here. The way the dragon was popped in onto Key. Key is going to be able to actually get out of there with the sprint, but again, mid control, same thing happening. BTR winning mid control in game 1, winning the game. Geek Fam right now getting a whole lot better with mid control.
1,000 gold lead to their name as well here, Miracle, in the second minute, but already Marky once again going to be the target. He is able to get away for now though, but that is a lot of gold taken for Kadira from that tower.
Elzura is not really picking any of the minions in his own lane. He just is focusing down, making sure that Marky does not get to play the game at all, shutting out that gold lane before it even begins. This is brutal, a very brutal approach from Geek Fam, and it's working out. Bigatron earlier, they have the liberty of just playing passively, poking away, and then counter-engaging. But right now, they are the ones that are forced to engage from the poke, pick up potential from Elzura and Kadira, and they don't have a good engage tool.
I think it's because they're playing double roam. So the Selena has the roamer item, so he just rotates towards the bottom side, gets XP anyways. Meanwhile, maybe Beloy doesn't have the roamer item because he's always in the mid lane. So they're swapping roles technically, kind of. I do think that the Cho will be building tank though. So the tank is still going to be Beloy, but the roamer is technically Selena.
Well, again, it's a very creative approach, and it is working out. If this goes on, they have the burst damage to actually back it up, because the Abyssal Arrow now, we saw that Key full tank Atlas can be two-shot by a full item build Beatrix, so Abyssal Arrow can be followed up in a similar fashion. This is a scary composition by Geek Fam.
Oh, they're looking for it. Beloyski onto the back, doesn't find the Jeet Kune Do. He had the flicker, but he didn't want to commit onto that. Geek Fam, they back off. They know the turtle is spawning back up. They do not want to go for any overcommitments here, but they do want to force the retribution out of Max. Staying disciplined though, BTR, they are able to disengage, but man, look at that turret down below. Chadera almost taking it down.
Really munching on that as well, and unfortunately they weren't able to bait the retribution from Max, but it does seem like Jana QT is going to be able to get this turtle uncontested, understanding that Bigatron, they don't want to contest for this.
It's going to sound repetitive, Arashi and Eterna, but the Turtles lane presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series is, again, how do they set up for it? Mid-control. Mid-control is so important in this meta, and man, Elzura gets another Abyssal Arrow, tries to put the trap down, gets it onto Mark, he flickers in, but the hard guard is there. Elzura might find himself in a trouble position. Key goes in for the Thunderclap, finding the kill, but Chadera is going to be able to melt him down, using the ultimate as well, but is out of range. BTR now caught in a very, very bad position. Geek Fam can just keep on sieging the base, and I don't really think BTR have anything to respond with.
I mean, the silver lining with the Angela is that it causes a lot of miscalculations from the side of Geek Fam, and we saw that actually being able to get used. But oh my god, here Beloyski goes in aggressive onto Marky.
Very good, and there you go, the comment made by Jana in the pre-match video. I'm going to be targeting Marky. There you go. That is Marky being targeted a whole lot in this game. 2 deaths.
This is a crazy, like, alley of situation. Beloyski will kick someone backwards, and Jana can continue pushing him back. So it's an alley of setup for the side of Geek Fam, and they are abusing it for sure. And they can use Jana QT as well as Beloyski to even open up unknown areas of the map. So Bigatron, they need to try something different, because Geek Fam is having a free time just doing whatever they want.
And Jana actually stole away the purple buff. Again, BTR with Max on the mystery shop, not going to be able to go even, I believe, in terms of the pathing, in terms of the clearing up against Hades, or Jana QT, again, on the Akai.
Exactly, it makes it very difficult. Repo also has a very aggressive emblem at this point, but he isn't getting opportunities to try and, hard counter. There's no follow-up, there's no backup coming in from the mid lane. Bigatron Alpha, one of their main weapons is that rotation, and they cannot use it right now.
5 more minutes to the next turtle. Sorry, now already spawned in the Land of Dawn. Repo still with the 1v1 situation against Luke, and so far it does seem like Bigatron might be the first one to set up for this. We can see the positioning of Masha, Key in particular, already first to start opening up the map. And now we can take a little look into the items, but before this, Luke here goes in very aggressively.
Oh, Lloyd targeting Marky, but the Purify was there. A missile trap already placed. Marky does not have the items necessary to deal out the damage just yet. As Janna goes in for the Lord, the turtle actually. He secures it once again. 3 turtles, all the neutral objectives controlled by the side of Geek Fams. And even the turrets here go into the hands of Geek Fam as they take down the top side turret in the bottom side. He is the one sent down below to match up against the Esmeralda.
Wow. I mean, Key has a lot more options. He is, Masha is good at the split push, but it's only a matter of time because Luke is a lot stronger. And this is the issue right now. They're just way too passive and they can't really do much. They're just waiting for an opportunity. Maybe make Geek Fam miscalculate with the hard guard, but then what? They can't really even capitalize on that. And the hard guard isn't even guaranteed to save the target.
Oh man, the damage from Kadira, even onto Repo, who is quote-unquote right now the person who can absorb that damage, realizing that he is in the bottom side. It's a little too much right now. Geek Fam really able to put so much pressure, take away all those jungles away from the side of Bigatron, and they're actually leading with 4,000. Again, pushing that top side with Kadira at the helm of it all.
I think the only opportunity is for Marky to actually get a lot of items, right? Maybe get shut down, get some farm somehow, and then afterwards, try and make a play with the hard guard. That's the only thing I can think of, and if they all fall up on it, there is some potential, but can't even get to that point.
Well, Max is definitely not going to have a good time here, as that's going to be the Missile Arrow, and Janna QT with the response. Chadera is 4 levels ahead of Marky, and he just melts everybody down. One use of his ultimate almost took Marky down. How is Chadera 4 levels ahead of Marky? 3 levels now, because he just got his levels with the clear, but that's unheard of. Gold lane, we've seen it in the jungle. Gold lane though, Chadera's 3 levels now, but again, he was 4 levels ahead of Marky.
The map structure from the side of Geek Fam is too intense. Beloyski at all times already looking for an engage onto Marky in particular. You said time and time again, Marky is the main target that Geek Fam has seen, and that's exactly what they're trying to exemplify here in game number 2. Even without the presence of Beloyski, you can see that Elzura can open up the map really easily with the trap. So the map vision, the print. Oh, but what?
Elzura finding the Abyssal Arrow. Falla's caught there. Still has the hard guard. Marky going back to the BMI. No damage whatsoever for BTR. They can't melt through even the squishy members of Geek Fam. And Janna solo the Lord. We saw the Beatrix. Marky soloing the Lord in the first game. Now it's Janna's turn, man. Geek Fam with an 8,000 gold lead, and man, Elzura has been so on point.
He is the exact reason why Marky was 4 levels behind. He just stayed in that lane, didn't care about the mid lane at all, let Beloyski deal with that, and he ensured that Marky was just irrelevant. He didn't get any farm, no gold, no EXP.
My goodness.
And wow, Kadera is just he's in complete safety, and he's just dealing damage for free. This is so painful to watch.
He's 4 levels ahead again. Marky is not getting farm. 8.5 thousand gold lead, but the XP diff is the main issue here for BTR. Oh man, Chadera's having a blast. Look at this again. Oh my god, Beloyski going in onto the back lines once again, onto Key. Repo trying to go for the disengage. He will find Beloyski. Knockout strike as well. Wait, they're able to turn it around. Janna's taken low. Chadera and Beloy fell, and BTR did not lose a single member in that skirmish.
2 for 0 trade for Bigatron Alpha, and now they're able to clear that Lord rather easily. Geek Fam unable to get a single objective on the board, and with the pressure that they have, with the man advantage, look at the way that they're playing on the map now. Already Repo in that bottom side, looking to create some momentum for Bigatron Alpha and give them a little bit of an edge, taking away that turret.
This is valuable time without Kadera on the map, so Bigatron Alpha waste none of it. They push all the lanes as far as possible, and that's a bunch of gold that's transferring back to Bigatron Alpha. Honestly, hang on.
No, he got it. He
got it, thank God.
But he had to Retribution while the buff was like 100 HP. It's pretty tilting.
Exactly. I mean, well, the Lord is not up for another 70 seconds though, so fortunately for him, that'll be okay. But for Repo though, hardcore won't save him.
Man, another pickoff on the board for Geek Fam there. Even with the hard guard, it wasn't able to save his life. That is going to be a huge resource wasted as well as now.
Oh my.
Whoa.
There you go.
Now you see him, now you don't. Geek Fam just making magic tricks across the board as Key jumps in with a thunderclap, but does no damage. Oh my goodness gracious, Chadera! with the flicker, one-shotting Max.
That damage is obscene, man. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
My
in this
God.
game, I would say that it does make sense. He is so ahead. 4 levels on top of the other gold laner, Marky with the blazing duet,
Oh
dealing no
my
damage.
God.
Tadero one-shotting him again, going for another. This might be the unofficial. Savage, as Key is gonna get pinned down onto the wall. That's another. Tadero with the unofficial Maniac. In game number 2, wreaking havoc, another Abyssal Arrow. Just keep on going, they're wanting more. But Geek Fam, they completely dominate BTR. 12 minutes in. My goodness gracious. Ban the Beatrix, get him out of here.
Man, so different to game number 1. Geek Fam was able to dominate in the same fashion that Bigatron did in that previous game. And now they've actually pushed this to another 3-game series here.
Hey,
Yes.
whoever picks Beatrix, they win, man.
And wave clear is important.
Mid-control. Arashi mid-control, that Angela did
Please.
not work out.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't get what the plan was. Like, how are they supposed to actually contest anything when they have an Angela and they have
Okay,
a
the thing
Masha
is,
as well? Like,
it's, again, if you want to have a weak side mid lane,